Welcome to The Lock Shop with Nielson and Hustler, powered by Coolbet Canada.
And it is 11 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here on The Lock Shop. Dusty with you. Huss will be joining shortly. Busy NHL slate to get to. It's opening day. The Sweet 16 is upon us. So we've got lots to get to today on The Lock Shop. And yeah, if you're watching over on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up for the most disrespected show on EST. Give us a thumbs up over there. That'd be great. We're about 15 subs away from 11.5K, so we would appreciate that as well. Shout out to Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, the Nuge, getting the job done last night on the Lock Shop Play of the Day. I'll have another one of those coming your way here this afternoon as well. Needed him over 2.5 shots, and he ended up getting 3, which is enough to get it done. Maddie Hyman says, is EST allowed to have any fun today? The hangout was a bit of a buzzkill. Why? What was going on in the hangout? I watched like the first 45 minutes of the hangout, and then my kids and my wife rolled by for a visit, so I was a little bit distracted playing some 21 and some video games with Marshall and the Muzz. But yeah, I mean, I can see things getting off the rails a little bit there. We'll take a look at the leaderboard for the Houston Open. I see some Minwoo Lee love. I checked the leaderboard a little bit earlier on this morning as well. Lots of guys had just kind of, mind you, Gracerman was already 5 over, so I apologize for that pick. Minwoo Lee, 4 under through 12. No big deal. Hey, gotta like that. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. It is The Lock Shop, brought to you by Coolbet. If you've not yet signed up for a Coolbet account, use the code LOCKSHOP when you do, and you'll get a 100% deposit bonus on your initial deposit up to $200. We're just tweeting out here that we are live, off and running. If you're wondering why I'm just distracted. The Edmonton Oilers, we're running it back with the exact same parlay. I haven't checked the exclusives yet. I think, Jake, if you're watching this morning, let me know. Let's see. Setting up the NHL Slate, Sweet 16, and opening day. Now, it's different. The Lock Shop crew would be a little bit different than maybe the Nielsen Show crew or the Hangout crew. So I'm curious where, from a betting fan's perspective, how excited are you that we got more things to bet on with Major League Baseball rolling back around? Some double play parlays, triple play parlays. Why not? We're going to get into that as we work our way through things. And then obviously the National Hockey League tonight will be a major focus as well. There's Huss. Let's bring him in from Winnipeg Sports Talk, co-host of The Lock Shop. Huss, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, man?
You know what? Things are good. It's opening day. Big gulps are 79 cents right now.
What? You're rolling a morning big gulp? I love it.
Oh, yeah. That's the routine
technically it is noon there. So...
yeah, I mean,
is it all sizes? Is it all sizes, big gulps, one price?
No, just big gulps. I think supers are still regularly, but I've always been a big gulp guy anyways. I mean, it's easier to, it's a 32 ouncer, which is usually more than enough. I mean, the additional 4 ounces in the super big gulp often gets maybe not entirely consumed. Yeah. Definitely easier just to carry around in your hand. Utilize from your drink holder in your car. The efficiency is much better. But, as a guy that doesn't drink coffee, but loves a nice morning big gulp, I was always choked for a long time when, you have these coffee wars. Like, oh, coffee is 99 cents. Coffees. And I mean, these are coffees with, as far as I understand, I mean, coffee, like everything's gotten a lot more expensive. But I'm like, listen, if you want to give a caffeine blast to everyone and jump on that with your good deal, how about remembering the non-coffee drinkers that have been down with the big gulp since day one? Yeah. So I feel seen right now. And I mean, again, no free ads, but shout out to Sev for the...
How much ice are you putting in your big gulp, buddy?
I go about to here. I'm a big... part of the reason why I love the fountain drinks is because I'm a big ice guy.
Okay, makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense. And I mean, if I'm doing big gulp, I'm not going to shy on the ice. When I'm doing, if it's a smaller drink, I might, hesitate on the, I still get some ice, but I might not be loading up on the ice. But with a big gulp, I had big gulp phases. I was kind of a big gulp guy before officially becoming a Slurpee guy. Then I was Slurpee guy for a long time. I circle back around to being big gulp guy a little bit, though, to be honest with you.
Well, it's funny, and I didn't know whether this was everywhere or just here, but I mean, Winnipeg, and this makes no sense because of how damn cold it is.
I know.
But we are 20 years in a row, the Slurpee capital of the world.
Okay, so how is that determined? Is it on sales?
Yeah, it's on sales.
Like per store type of thing?
Yeah, I guess just per capita, how many stores, and like, dude, it's nuts. It'll be minus 30. And I mean, all the Sevs are still running like 6 to 8 Slurpee machines. And they sell a ton. I mean, obviously, I would imagine there's more in the summer. The casuals come out. But there's enough hardcores 365 days a year.
I just looked it up. There are roughly 85,000 7-Elevens across 20 different countries and territories. And Winnipeg is the Slurpee capital of them all, which
for 20 straight years.
That's an incredible run. Like the last time I'm trying to think what else would have been going on 20 years ago. Like that's insane to me. It's not. I bet you other stores hadn't even started ripping off the Slurpee at that time. It would have just been getting going. A big 7-Eleven guy myself. My concern is that they are eventually going to remove the pizza sub, which is my all-time favorite sub, the 7-Eleven pizza sub. And they used to have the foot-long ones. Those are pretty much gone now, very hard to find. And you can, if they don't have the smaller pizza sub, you can get a Hungry Man and take out certain things to get it back to what a regular pizza sub would look like.
You have to mod it up.
I have done that when I'm desperate. But I never thought they would take away the old classic 7-Eleven cheeseburger either. Remember the cheeseburger?
Yeah.
And they've rebranded the cheeseburgers there. So I'm very worried about the pizza sub. I feel like in 5 years I'll be sitting here in tears because the pizza sub won't be around anymore.
You know what though? It has been there for so long, and it really is one of those staples. And they have changed so much the options in the pick up to go food section at 7-Eleven over the years. I mean, they were trying to make it healthy. I mean, actually, you do have, I think they've got some fruits there. They had boiled eggs or something like that, which
I've had a 7-Eleven banana. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll dabble in it.
I'm going to shock you right now, as well as the listeners.
Are you really though? Like before you say this, are you? I think most listeners are ready for any 7-Eleven take from you right now, Huss.
Well, no, listen, I think they are ready for the normal Sev takes. Twice in the past week, after, I think it was both times after the bar when I was popping in on the way home, I have picked up, and this is the empty thing from yesterday, but the Sev chicken Caesar salad kit.
The wrap? Is that the wrap?
No.
Oh.
This is an actual salad. Now, and the thing is, it's quite ingenious because it comes with a top. And so I don't know if you can see this thing. It's kind of separated into 4 here. So you got the dressing in one, you've got the croutons in another, you got the chicken in another, and the cheese in another. And then you pop that thing out and all the salads in the bottom. Listen, full disclosure, the reason I bought it the one time is they had no taquitos, they had no pizza, and everything else was sold out. And I'm like, I got to eat something. So I went with this thing. I couldn't believe how good it was. So I actually did. I now have had 2 in the past week, and maybe this is the sign of a new health kick or something. Late night, 2 a.m. chicken Caesars from Sev. I'm not so sure, but as I say, I've always been very skeptical about kind of a lot of these new things that convenience stores bring in. But they're definitely improving. And this one, I think it's $5.99. As far as the things that I have spent $6 with at convenience stores, it is definitely on the positive end of the value proposition.
One more quick 7-Eleven story. It's the closest I've ever been to dying, Huss. The closest I've ever been to dying. So I was partying one night at Cook County, the country bar here in town. And my whole bit, whenever I went to Cook County, I'd walk about, 6 blocks maybe. to get to a 7-Eleven. And then I go to the 7-Eleven, I get a pizza sub, and I would call an Uber or cab or whatever, and I'd go home from there. So there's one night I guess I got into it a little bit too much at Cook County. And all I remember was I woke up and I was outside the 7-Eleven, jammed between two garbage cans, like in between two garbage cans. And my brother-in-law is like waking me up, and it's cold out. It's like -15. And I'm sitting there cradling a pizza sub like it's my child. And he wakes me up. He goes, "Hey man, wake up, wake up." I was just like, "What's going on?" He goes, "You called me right before you passed out, and you're like, you need to come save me. I'm at Sev." And he came, he knew where I was. He came and got me, and he took me home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. All timer. I was that close.
Dustin Nielson was the victim, but passed away of exposure, was found cradling a pizza sub.
Hey, look, I'll say this. Probably a top 5 way to go on my list of ways to go. if that ends up happening in 30 years, 40 years, I'll be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get it. I mean, I saw it coming earlier. So
great night, Florida with the boys. Although, I mean, I hope that if it was going to be your last night, you better eat that pizza sub. Like
that's
that
true.
The last meal. I mean, eating your last meal in -15 as you die of exposure, probably not ideal, but at least you had one of your favorites.
I had one of my favorites. I mean, it would be on my death row list. That's for sure. All right. We're going to get to the hockey for sure. MLB opening day leaderboard at the Houston Open. Huss, have you been monitoring this at all so far?
You know what? I have not. I've had a little bit. Well, as I said, I've been hanging out at my local convenience store. I tried, and you know what? I was thinking about it when I first got up, and I'm like, I can't be like all over the leaderboard, 7 holes into a 72-hole tournament. So let's just sort of see. But hey, we're now in the afternoon.
It's 13 holes in. Minwoo Lee is T6, 3 under. And how about this? T10, 2 under through 11. Alejandro Tosti.
Oh, yeah.
Who we got at 300 to 1. Shout out P. Greggy. So,
dude,
super duper early, but still, come on.
The Tosti gang. That 300 to 1, and that was the best number anywhere on Toasty. Yeah, he's 2 under through 11, and Adam Hadwin's 2 under as well. But just quick, did you see what Hadwin did at the Valspar last week?
I did. I was completely disconnected from the Valspar because of Disneyland last week,
folks. Oh, of course, yeah, you were gone. So get this, on Saturday, I guess. Hadwin's having, and I mean, that's a bitch of a course. I mean, it frustrates even the best. And when you make a bad shot, you are going to pay. And I guess he'd made a couple bad shots on this hole that he was playing. And he grabbed this club and he's walking into the rough to go find his ball and play it. And he's super pissed off. And he just does one of these club swings, like just a 12 to 6 whack into the ground. Well, I guess he hit a sprinkler and it immediately shot like basically fire hose water in 2 directions. And there's a video of it. I don't know whether this, because no one had a video of it right when it happened, but then the video was released the next day. So I'm pretty sure because the quality of the shot was so good, it was from one of the TV cameras, and one of the ops guys went in and goes, "You got to see this," and clipped it. But if anyone just wants to, if you just throw in Hadwin sprinkler into your feed, it'll come up. It should come up right away. And it's one of the true great golf bloopers of the 2025.
Oh, it's just spraying season. Like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
and I still don't know how long like that thing was going on. And obviously it's not a good thing to do at any point, but I mean the guys that are coming behind him all of a sudden finding their ball, there's no rain, and their ball's going in a completely wet, soaking wet part of the rough. Probably not, but yeah, Hadwin had quite the day last week. Let's see where some of our other guys are there. Wyndham Clark.
Yeah, I see he's under.
He's 1 under through 15. Let's see, he's there. Ben Griffin, a lot of evens right now. Mac Hughes, Jake Knapp, I should say. Rory, +1 through 15. interesting. Do we have? No, I have a feeling Schefter probably hasn't teed off yet if we haven't seen him yet. And that would be correct. So a little later on.
Bunch of guys still to go off, yeah.
Scheffler is teeing off at 1:03, so noon your time, with Ricky Fowler and Sung Jae Im.
Aaron Rye, who I was on yesterday, he hasn't teed. Tony Finau, Jaeger. I mean, there's a bunch of guys, eh?
Oh, this is great. Two of my picks, Finau and Jaeger, and two of the guys in our top 20 are playing together. So hopefully that'll be a featured group this afternoon, and we can check that out. So again, still early. Aaron Rye hasn't gone out yet. Pendy hasn't gone out yet. So the Houston Open is underway. I believe it's now called the Texas Children's Houston Open.
That's right.
And Sam Ryder is the leader. He's 5 under. And then yes, the man, the people's the one everyone will be pulling for, Alejandro Tosti, 2 under par.
Can you imagine if he actually comes through and wins this thing? Oh man, there's got to be a bunch of people who hopped on that with us yesterday. That would be that'd be quite the scene. All right, Huss, where do we want to go?
Well, the first thing we need to do,
sneeze. Whoa.
The first thing we need to do is dap up P. Greggy
again,
because Patty Knows Puck has cashed 3 straight days, and it was a pretty no sweat one last night. Let me just get it up because it is an auto bet right now. The Patty Knows Puck was a Quinn Hughes point. He had one very early. A Jesper Bratt assist. He had a couple. And those ones were both in before Dallas even played against Edmonton. And then Rantanen got one on, I think it was Robertson's first of 3. Beautiful play by Rantanen.
Yeah, it was the second goal. Yeah, it was a nice play. Beautiful
play by Rantanen to make that happen. And listen, Jason Robertson might have saved my fantasy season last night too with that. We're in the playoffs right now. I was down by 10 points, but we got a nice hat trick bonus. So his 3 goals and the hat trick was big. I am what? So let me ask you this. It was kind of the opposite of that Dallas Edmonton game the last time, where the Oilers were up and then the Stars stormed back and were just shattered. What was the vibe around the Nasties in the chat today? You lose, but the team certainly doesn't quit. Nice third period push. I mean, yeah. And I know Jerry Draisaitl McDavid. I mean, is it just like a mulligan?
That's how I viewed. Oh man, Gager, you beautiful son of a bitch! It's opening day. Gager's brought in some dogs for opening day. Oh, look at this! Yeah. Look at this. We got opening day dogs. I catch up. I'm a ketchup guy. Yeah, thanks, Gager.
Of course, you're ketchup.
God, team guys, eh? This is terrific.
Ketchup on a hot dog. This should be blacked out right now.
What are you talking about? You don't do ketchup on hot dogs?
That's it. Well, thanks, I mean, not since I turned 9.
Come on.
Listen, do you need me to get the official guidance from the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council right now? Here we
I'm
go.
sure you have that saved on the files on your phone somewhere.
Listen. It's how are the dogs? How are they prepared?
It's delicious. Gager, You did these toaster oven, right? Yeah, toaster oven. With a really nice bun, too. A really nice bun.
This is from the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council.
Okay.
Don't use ketchup on your hot dog after the age of 18. And that was pushed.
Come on.
That was pushed. Mustard, relish, onions, cheese, and chili are acceptable.
Fully disagree.
And here it is. This is from the hot dog etiquette section of the National Hot Dog. And you can see this for yourself. Hotdog.org. There's a hyphen. There's a hyphen in between the hot. So it's hot-dog.org. You'll get into the culture section and then hot dog etiquette. There's a nice video and be interesting. How many bites do you think you'll take to eat that hot dog, Dusty?
Well, I've already got into quite a bit of it. That's a good question. I would have probably set the over under because it is a lock shop. I I mean, I probably could have got this done in 5 bites.
Yeah, that's the suggested.
Is it really?
There's a video right at the top, the hot dog etiquette. They're suggesting 5 bites. Here's a little do's and don'ts. While you have that hot dog, let me give the people some.
Give me the do's and don'ts, and I'll take this thing down.
From the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council, considering it is opening day. Do serve sesame seed, poppy seed, and plain buns with hot dogs. Sun-dried tomato buns or basil buns are considered gauche with Franks. Don't use a cloth napkin to wipe your mouth when eating a hot dog. Paper is always preferable. Do eat hot dogs on buns with your hands. Utensils should not touch hot dogs on buns. Do use paper plates to serve hot dogs. Everyday dishes are acceptable. China is a no-no. Okay, and here it is. Don't take more than 5 bites to finish a hot dog. For a foot-long wiener, 7 bites are acceptable. Don't, and again, this is for the bun lobby, I guess, don't leave bits of bun on your plate. Eat it all. That's why proper bun-to-dog ratio is important. Yeah. Frank the Tank will tell you that. Fresh herbs on the same plate with hot dogs overdo the presentation. And then here it is. Don't use ketchup on your hot dog after the age of 18. Mustard, relish, onions, cheese, and chili are acceptable. Here's another one. Condiments remaining on the fingers after eating a hot dog should be licked away, not washed. And then is there other ones? Don't send a thank you note following a hot dog barbecue. It would not be in keeping with the unpretentious nature of hot dogs. And here's another one. Don't bring wine to a hot dog barbecue. Beer, soda, lemonade, and iced tea are preferable. And the final one is don't ever think there is a wrong time to serve hot dogs.
Well, there isn't, because I just had one at 11:23, buddy, and it was delicious.
Live on the air.
That also seems like a website that my buddies and I would have wanted to make when we were like 22 years old. And we're having some big drinks, and we're like, we got to do this hot dog etiquette site. Like that would have been terrific.
It is funny. Like if you go to places like, Chicago, for instance. I mean, you ask for.
I had the hot dog in Chicago.
They'll look at you. They'd like do that Chicago style dog where they put there's like celery salt and tomatoes and some of those things on it, chili dogs, but. There are some places where they just simply don't make ketchup even an option on hot dogs. I
just do it. Like the only thing I've ever had on a hot dog, let's say this, since I was 18, the only thing I've had on hot dogs are ketchup and cheese. And that's it.
Well, this is totally in line with you because I've often said you have the palate of a 7 or an 8-year-old.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, the king of chicken fingers and fries, those sort of things. So you just, I can't wait. I want to see one of these Nielsen family dinners as the kids get a little older and they are immediately more exploratory of the menu.
Oh yeah,
than their father.
They already are.
Happening.
They're 8 and 10 and they'll eat pretty much whatever mommy eats. And they'll be, so actually quick funny story on this, just because it ties in. Then we'll get to obviously the games tonight. 2 nights ago, we had pita pizzas where you just sort of like make your mini pizza on a pita and then you put it in the oven, whatever. And Elizabeth was making the pitas. And when we have pita pizzas, the kids have tomatoes, mushrooms, peppers on there. And I always just have like turkey pepperoni, cheese, and the sauce. That's it. So I'm sitting downstairs. We were watching some movie or show or something. Oh, we started watching Mandalorian, which is good. Anyway, we're sitting downstairs watching it, and I'm cutting through my pita, and a little mushroom pops up. And I'm like, what is this? And I look at her, the Muzz. She's like, just eat it, Daddy. I said, what have you done? She goes, I put a few mushrooms and some peppers into your pita tonight. Eat them. And Huss, this won't surprise you, but I picked every single one out and put it to the side of the plate and then ate the rest of my pita.
You're so soft. I love it.
Anyway, I think we started by giving Patty a shout out.
Well, yes, because he wins every night with Patty Knows Puck. And I did text him. I'm like, Patty, have we gotten Patty Knows Puck yet? And he goes, guys, I've been busy all morning. This was his quote. No PKP just yet. Haven't been able to get in the lab. Don't want to force it either. Will let the numbers come to me. So a good reason to be staying on top of the combo cards this afternoon. And
be watching for that to hop on.
3 in a row. And what was the number yesterday? I mean, they've all been over 3-1. I think yesterday's was 308. Yesterday's was 308. The day before was plus 342. So Patty's been taking care of the people. I can't remember what the first one was. And we've got it. Hey, did you before first pitch today? Because we'll get into the hockey at the end.
Yeah.
Are you have you dabbled in any of Jay's futures or any futures right now?
I have not, buddy. I have completely been out to lunch on the baseball futures card.
Chat. Anyone? This is last call for futures.
What's the Jays win total at right now? 78.5.
78.5. I don't mind the over on the Jays.
I mean, I'm pretty pessimistic about them, but I don't mind the over on that one either. Like
could they be 500 this year? I would say yeah.
I don't think it's unrealistic to think they could be 500. I mean, taking a run at a playoff spot, yeah, but to hit 79, to hit 79 wins. I mean,
and it's minus 105 to the over. And actually, Coolbet's got. I have seen just it quoted in other places as 79.5. So the fact that you're getting one less. You have to win one less game
at minus 105,
and it's minus 105.
Yeah,
I've got time for that Jays over prop. Bronco Nick, I have them at 79 and 83. Well, that will get you the over at Coolbet. It might not at some other places. So if you want to bet the over at minus 105, jump on that. As a Royals guy, I had to take, and it's a little chalky. I mean, Aaron Judge is the favorite at 3-1, but Bobby Witt Jr. 4-1 to win the AL MVP. I had Josh Goldberg on yesterday on WST. Really love Josh, and he's a pretty sharp guy. We were just looking for some value on the board of some of the some of the award winners, and we kind of talked ourselves into Dylan Cease for the Cy Young at 25-1. So I jumped on that. And then in the AL, that's for the NL. In the AL, I could not help myself to jump on Cole Reagans from the Royals. He's 10-1 right now as well. A couple of the other ones, though, that were interesting. I mean, if you want to listen, you want to bet the most wins in the majors, the Dodgers are minus 145. The White Sox are minus 145 to have the most losses. That almost would have been a good parlay. Dodgers to have the most wins, White Sox to have the most losses. But as I did mention, if you think the Jays maybe can pull out something special this year and make the playoffs somehow, 3-1 plus 300 on a playoff spot. And again, the total is 78.5. Tarek Skubal's the favorite for the AL Cy Young at plus 350. You got Garrett Crochet 6-1, DeGrom and Reagans 10-1. And then MVP, as I mentioned, Bobby Witt, I love in the AL at 4-1. Vladdy's 14-1 if you think he'll have the monster contract year. And then Ohtani 2-1 for ML MVP. Soto plus 550, Tatis 8-1. I mean, as an Ohtani guy, I don't really want to bet anybody else. And I mean, listen, it's almost a bet that he doesn't get hurt, because if Shohei plays the full season, especially it means resuming pitching coming up right away with the bat that he has, and then what he does on the mound as well. I mean, how is he not the MVP? So to me, I don't spend too much time looking at the rest of the board in the NL. To me, I think there's a little more intrigue in the AL, but I do think it'll be some short numbers. Ohtani 2-1 in the NL, Bobby Witt Jr. 4-1 in the AL. And speaking of short numbers, the only shorter future when we're talking about any of the awards outside of Ohtani at 2-1 is Paul Skeens at plus 225 for the
Cy
NL Cy Young. And while we're speaking about that, I was trying to get in on a Skeens pitching prop earlier today. He, of course, is going to have the ball for the Pirates on opening day. And it has been added. It has been added, and I will just confirm this because I didn't know whether it was going to go up at 6.5 or 7.5. But player pitching, it's here. Walks, pitching outs. And you know what is nice, actually? We've got a bunch more, and Jake was just texting us. We've got a bunch more options for, often like these totals last year, it would just be one number and you'd go on one side or the other. Like the Skeens number is a perfect example. The over 5.5 is available, and we can go all the way to 9. So, I mean, I've seen some places talking about over 6.5. Well, that's minus 217. The over 7.5 is minus 105. And then, that has just changed to
I just saw it change in front of me too here. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's a great, for people that love betting baseball and betting props, we're looking at many more options this year over on Coolbet. But huge Paul Skeens guy, what a stud he is. And 8 strikeouts on opening day, I could totally see it. There will be some times though where the real value on a guy like that is trying to find some days where he might be off and taking the unders. Like under 6.5 is plus 144. There will be some days where he's not striking out 2 out of every 3 batters. And we'll see how they kind of handle his arm. I mean, I know they're not going to be giving him 8 innings every time he goes out there. But he is a very, very fun guy. And man, I mean, we've got a full slate of games, including the Blue Jays going off in about an hour and a half right now at the Dome.
The line has moved a little bit, not a lot. This morning, when we were looking at it around 7:30 on the Nielsen show, it was straight up minus 109 aside. Jays are now minus 114 at home here today.
Barrios getting the ball for the Blue Jays. Elfin for the Orioles. The Jays have had a tough time with the Orioles in the past. That's sort of been a real. It seems like they've done better against, the Yankees and the Red Sox, but the Orioles have been a real thorn in their side. But hey, new season, new team. I'll ride with the Jays this afternoon.
It's opening day, right? How do you know? And they've won 5 opening days in a row. So they're an opening day club. Rest of the season, we'll see. But they're an opening day team. All right, Huss, should we slide over to the National Hockey League here?
I'm just thinking about if we want to put together, I guess.
Do a little parlay to get us started?
Well, the only thing is the Jays game starts in 90 minutes.
Away, yeah.
So you know what? Jump on it. Jays at minus 114. Would have liked to bet it earlier and get the straight pick'em number. Who's going on the hill? I just want to see this. Ooh, Logan Webb versus Hunter Green. Hell of a matchup in that Reds-Giants game. 2 guys. Oh, you know who's starting for the Angels today? Opening day starter? My guy, Kikuchi.
You're
How
good.
do I not support Kikuchi in this one? Now, they're minus 164 favorites because, of course, they are playing the White Sox. But even a little Jays-Angels parlay, plus 202 today. So I think I'm going to do that.
I'm start. Jays and your boy Kikuchi.
I'll throw that in right now. 202, Jays and Angels. Let's make it happen.
All right, it is the Lock Shop. Dusty and Huss with you. You can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. Couple of text messages that did roll in. We were having that food conversation earlier on. Rod Z says, once you turn 21, chicken finger meals should never be ordered. I mean, that you're not getting chicken tenders at the right place. Simple as that. Yeah. Some of them are a fine dining meal. And Brelando texts in at 780-218-9999 on you coming after me for the ketchup. Says, this is all coming from a guy who drinks big gulps for breakfast.
I mean, I don't, yeah, and?
And what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Yeah, that's funny. I got the starting goalies up, but first, Hush, your thoughts on Torts being out in Philly?
I mean, a little surprised. I mean, especially with the timing of it. I mean, they're not going to the playoffs. I mean, he is obviously hating life right now. I mean, he basically fired himself, if you heard his presser after that last game. So, but you know who this is bad news for? Vancouver.
I know. This has got Tocchet written all over it, right?
For sure. And you think, I mean, after everything that Tocchet has dealt with that team, with that organization, and by all accounts, he's been the one sort of resisting contract talks. Oh, let's wait till the end of season. Let's see what happens. I mean, he is a former Flyer. He, I think, would perfectly fit in with the mold that they have in their organization. They love guys that have connections to the team before us. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see let's get the odds up at Coolbet. Who will Rick Tocchet be coaching for next year? And I would say Philly. Philly might be higher than Vancouver if you were posting a list right now. They'll get through the end of the year, see what happens with them. And
not only is he a former Flyer, but like when you think about Tocchet, you think of the Flyers. You know what I mean? Like nothing against his stops in Pittsburgh, where he did win a cup and had a 100-point season. The Kings, Boston, Washington, Phoenix, but he started in Philly for like 8 years and ended in Philly for 3 more. Like he's a Philadelphia Flyer. I don't know how that doesn't get done. You know, to me, it seems like a foregone conclusion. I don't know why you wouldn't do this.
I mean, listen, if they somehow keeps rolling forward, and the huge win last night, credit to them, devastating loss for the Islanders. If they find a way into the playoffs, and go on a bit of a run, obviously I don't want that to happen because it would probably be playing against the Jets if they make it in. Maybe, but just the JT Miller, the Paterson saga, it's that is a toxic market in a lot of ways. And I think it really wears on the players, but also on the coaches. And I don't think it's a coincidence that he hasn't decided to re-up when the team has been going at it. So
just quickly on Tocchet before we go, I was on his Hockey DB page. He was traded 5 times in his career. And I would label all 5 of them as significant deals. Like, just listen to this quickly. Traded from Philadelphia with Jell Samuelson and Ken Reggett to Pittsburgh for Brian Benning, Mark Recchi, and a first-rounder. Significant deal, both sides. Oh, yeah. Traded from Pittsburgh with a second-round pick to the Kings for Luke Robitaille. There's a Hall of Famer involved in the deal. Traded from Los Angeles to Boston for a pretty good power forward himself, Kevin Stevens. Then was traded from Boston with Adam Oates and Billy Ranford to the Capitals for Jason Allison, Anson Carter, Jim Carey, and a 3rd-round pick. And then even late in his career, he was traded from the Coyotes back to the Flyers for Mikael Renberg. So, pretty 5 significant deals he was involved in, which it's I never knew that. That's pretty crazy, actually.
It was much easier. That was back in an age where we had big deals in the NHL that were not done just for first-round picks and draft picks and whatnot. I mean, nobody had these no moves that have now been basically commonplace. So we had way more player movement, and we had big-time hockey deals with regularity. And unfortunately, that's not something that we have anymore. I know Jake's in the chat. Jake has fired this out, and I think he's getting some love from some other people. And this is the JBM parlay today. He, of course, is big on the Hogs in Arkansas. He's going Jays, Hogs, and a Leafs parlay.
It's in the combo cards as Jake's dream.
I love it. The Leafs are the Leafs are on the road against the Sharks. So that should be a win. If it's not, that's they've got with the race that they're in right now. A loss there would be devastating. I guess is Arkansas. I should pull this up right now. Is Arkansas favored? No, they're 5.5 point dogs. So plus 193 on the money line though. I actually could get behind that. Florida, Maryland today. Florida's a minus 5.5 point favorite. I think they sort of get back. Bama minus 4.5 versus BYU. Did you do a bracket, by the way?
We did a bracket contest on EST. I think we had like 115, 120 signups. I haven't checked it since last Saturday. I've got Duke to win it because I always have Duke to win it. So I'll stick around for a bit, but I think I was somewhere in the middle of the pack.
Duke's 9.5 point favorites today against Zona. That's one of the two late games. And then the final game, Jake's Hogs against Texas Tech. And what do we have? The opening day super boost, by the way. Judge and Vladdy to both get hits, boosted to plus 131. I'm looking at, the Jake's Dream. Here we are. It's boosted to 771.
That's a big number.
Blue Jays, Hogs. I mean, the Leafs just sort of adds to it. I mean, with that game against, but yeah, it's plus 771, which is pretty nice. Hey, listen, before we dive into these games and do a bit of a partner parlay, I got to throw out the 3-point season today.
Oh, there's lots of games.
Spending some time today going through all of these games. Where are we going to get the OT? The selections for today: Ottawa, Detroit. Top Ottawa losing to Buffalo last night. I mean, they still got, I think, 95%. But or I guess that was maybe a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
They're still in a really good spot, but man, they've lost 3 straight. They beat Toronto every time they play them, and they lose to Buffalo every time they play them. Anyways, we're gonna take the Sens Wings draw, and I'm actually gonna take the Oilers Kraken 60-minute draw. Oilers played last night. I think they're still gonna be, fighting to get a point. I just think, without those other guys, we got the chances of a closer game. So, Jake, if you're there, if you just bet that by themselves, it's 17-1. Usually they'll juice that up to 18 or 19. So, our lock shop 3-point season today, I'm riding with Sens, Wings, Oilers, Kraken. And we'll see if we can pop another big one like we did on Monday. But outside of games that might go to overtime, Dusty, what stands out to you? What do you like on the card tonight?
Well, it's here's the goalies. If it makes an impact for you, Tristan Jarry, who's been better since they got him back. He's confirmed for the Penguins. Reimer, third start in a row for the Buffalo Sabres. Alex Lyon will go for the Red Wings. Allmark in that game that you like to go to overtime tonight. Samuel Ersson unconfirmed for the Flyers. Dobis will go for the Habs. Vamelka for Utah. Vasilevsky for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Gustafson will go for the Wild. Charlie Lindgren gets a start for the Caps. Hofer's likely for the St. Louis Blues. UC Saros unconfirmed for the Preds. Dustin Wolf will start for Calgary. Big game for the Flames. They get Dallas in the second half of a back-to-back. Casey DeSmith expected to start there for Dallas. Pickard will go for the Oilers. Joey Decord unconfirmed for the Kraken. Mackenzie Blackwood, Darcy Kemper penciled in right now in that Kings-Colorado game. Joseph Wall and Georgiev in the Toronto-San Jose game tonight. What is the number on the St. Louis Blues tonight against the
minus 141?
Huh.
Let's start there.
Is that fishy? Is that what's
you thought it would be a bigger number?
Well, I mean, they're 13-2-2 in their last 17 games. Nashville's been done for months. I thought maybe it would be a little bit bigger, but I like it at minus 141 as well.
Let's take it. By the time the game goes off, I wouldn't be surprised if it's minus 150 or minus 155.
Okay, so there you go. We start there. St. Louis Blues, they've been red hot. They get the Preds tonight. Big game. Lock them in. Where else are we going, Huss?
Well, the other game that I like, and it's right beside it, it's the Capitals and the Wild. And, I was just DMing with Jesse Pierce in Minneapolis trying to find out. I'm like, hey, what? Are you hearing anything about Kaprizov or Joel Eriksson Ek? I mean, God, they need these guys back. St. Louis is right on their ass. I don't think they're getting any help anytime soon, at least for a week or two. And that could mean, the Blues are just 2 points back of the Wild. they could catch them tonight. No, Minnesota does have one game in hand. That only matters if you win it. But man, just after seeing the Washington Capitals on Tuesday night here, they are such a load. I mean, Minnesota like to kind of like push teams around sometimes. They got Brazeau in there now. And I mean, that's not happening against Washington. They're just in another, like they are in that elite tier right now of the National Hockey League. So at minus 143 coming off an OT loss, I do like the Capitals. So those are the two kind of cornerstone games. I was looking at St. Louis as well. I mean, Dallas at minus 130 is a pretty nice number, and they have been so hot right now. But you mentioned this is the second game of back-to-backs. Calgary absolutely has to have it.
They've won 4 in a row, too, Calgary, right? And Kadri being the overtime hero. Like, there's some good juju right now.
Well, and to be honest, that could be another one of those 3-point games, to be honest. I mean, I just don't have a good enough feel for what we're going to get from Dallas tonight. I mean, certainly Dallas, I think, is a better and more stacked team, a more potent offensively than Calgary. But Calgary, to their credit, has just been finding a way to get to overtime and then find 2 points at the end of it. We've got the Avalanche at home to the Kings. I mean, that minus 159, that's certainly something that I would consider. And then of these early games, I mean, you mentioned James Reimer having this start 3 in a row. He was so good against the Jets on Sunday that he got another start on Ottawa. Well, he won it again. Tristan Jarry's been a bit of a mess. I don't really trust Ottawa in this spot just after what happened against Buffalo. But as I say, I mean, I don't love either of those games, but we do want to get a third one on. Habs at Flyers? Like, what do we think the Flyers will be?
Well, I don't know. I have no idea. I think that's probably what the hell are you going to get from that team stay away spot from me? I mean, I'd probably stay away from that. You mentioned Reimer with Buffalo against Pittsburgh and Tristan Jarry. I mean, that one might be my next favorite one on the board tonight if he can continue to play hot, and he's been really good.
Pittsburgh just got steamrolled by the Lightning 6-1. They lost to the Panthers 4-3 before that. They beat the Blue Jackets before. You know what? This won't be as big of a number, but the other game that I do love, and it's not quite at minus 200, is Tampa at home to Utah. Now, these teams played on the weekend, and Utah beating Tampa actually blew up the partner parlay. We had the other games in. And Tampa was so much better than them in that game, with the exception of the fact that they started an Uber driver in net, and he wasn't able to make any saves. Obviously, not quite an Uber driver.
Vasilevsky's going to go tonight, though.
Yeah, Vasilevsky's going to go tonight. Tampa,
you know what?
Needs
if we put Tampa with Washington and St. Louis, it's plus 338 pre-boost.
Yeah,
the boost will get it closer to 4-1, which is totally wheelhouse.
375 plus 380.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't we do that? Let's just try and go snab a win. If we have to put an extra $5 on it, we can do that.
All right, Jake, throw that in there, buddy. Blues money line, Caps money line, and the Lightning at home against Utah on the money line as well. It's minus 141, minus 143, minus 197, plus 338 pre-boost. And you'll be able to find that one in the combo cards. Over on the exclusives page right now, we are running it back with our EST parlay tonight. Nuge, Skinner, Bouchard, each with a point. Oilers to win, plus 535 if you like them to get it done against the Kraken. And you know what, Huss? They had 44 shots against Dallas last night without McDavid and Draisaitl in the lineup. Now, like they generated a ton. They started extremely well. They outshot them in the first period. I think it was 14-5, and then the third was like 17-5 or so. Whatever it was. I mean, it was pretty lopsided in the first and third. So I don't hate this group going in and kind of rallying together and getting some much needed points, because the Kings are 2 points up on the Oilers right now and have a game in hand. Los Angeles gets Colorado tonight in Colorado, which is not going to be easy. Both of those teams. I mean, the Kings are 9-1 in their last 10. I think Colorado's 8-1-1 in their last 10. Like, this is important 2 points tonight for the Oilers here, which is why you threw it into the tie, right? You're thinking they're going to play it tight and and take it to overtime and see what happens.
Without Draisaitl and McDavid, I think the chance of it being a much closer game will be there. And I think for the Oilers, they'll be happy to play. I mean, if you can get this one to OT, I think they've got as good a chance of getting 2 as they do of 1 if you get at that point. I mean, if obviously those other guys we're probably looking at them to run away with it, but I'm going to we can jump on that. Have you checked out these the updated to make the playoffs numbers?
I have not.
So a little bit of change with what happened last night. Vancouver number, that big win by Vancouver brought them down to plus 250. But it submarined the Islanders number. The Islanders, I think, went from plus 225 to 4-1 with their loss last night. Now the Islanders are now behind the Blue Jackets. They're behind the Rangers. And the Habs are looking pretty good at plus 160. One of those teams at plus money is going to make it, though.
Yeah.
Even if you assume the Ottawa Senators are minus 500, it'll be one of the Habs at plus 160, the Rangers at 260, the Blue Jackets at plus 350, or the Islanders at 4-1. I would love it to be the Blue Jackets. I'm just not sure that they can score enough to make that happen. Do we have the Rangers in action tonight? No, the Rangers are off tonight, and I guess they've got those 2 extra games. Their next action is in Anaheim tomorrow against the Ducks. And oh wow, huge playoff game Friday night as well. Canucks, Blue Jackets in Columbus. Vancouver's been on a bit of a roll. That could also be a candidate for the 3-point game with both of those teams.
A little preview of Friday's show here as we get set to wrap up Thursday's show. What's coming up on WST today, buddy?
Lots of Jet stuff. Paul Edmonds is going to jump on with us, the voice of the Jets on 680 CGOB. We'll chop it up with him. Ken Weeb's going to jump on. We'll talk lots of Jets, but also get Weber's thoughts on the opening day Blue Jays game, and actually a quick check-in with the Jets on some updated info on playoff tickets now that there is an X beside Winnipeg's name, first team in the West to have that done in the standings.
Huss, we have to circle back around here immediately to the leaderboard for the Houston Open. T2 right now at 4 under, Minwoo Lee, Alejandro Tosti.
Oh my God.
Toasty's 4 under through 13. I know it's the first day, but this is nice to see for a guy that we're on at 300-1.
I still can't believe he was 300-1 on that list.
Somebody joked earlier that if Toasty wins this thing, Pat Gregoire's fired.
Well, listen, Patty may have to suspend himself or something from picks. I mean, if that, and like, you know what, the higher ups, they're looking at the numbers. I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. Patty's throwing out 3 or 4-1 winners every night in hockey that have become auto bets for lock shoppers, and followed that up with a 300-1 golf winner.
I'm so glad I got on it yesterday when we were talking about it. I would have just been freaking out right now if I didn't have something on Toasty.
No, exactly. And I mean, it wasn't a big, I figure like I just put $5. Oh, I just think I probably should have put 10.
I think I put 7 on it. I think I ended up going 7 on it. So, nice. But I mean, there's a long way to go here, but a nice start. I mean, for a guy that was plus, 300-1 to see him in T2 at any point in the tournament, it's kind of exciting. And he's still, he's only through 13. So
Wyndham Clark just got a nice birdie. He's playing 18 right now, and he is 2 under as well at -9, along with the sprinkler menace, Adam Hadwin. But yes, Team Toasty. Let's go. He's got a few more holes to play as well.
Yeah, he does. There's still room out there. He could come in at 5-6 under.
That would be very nice. A great start for Toasty. And then our other guys this afternoon, Finau and Jaeger, if you got on the partner parlay with us, they are teeing off in about 20 minutes or so. So we'll get that and kind of follow them. I wouldn't be surprised if they're one of the feature groups on Golf Channel coverage today. But to be honest, I don't know how many people are going to be watching the first round of the Houston Open because it's opening day. And I love the fact that we've got the Jays game in the afternoon, and then we've got the hockey and everything going on tonight.
Great day in the world of sports. Thank you very much for being here in the Lock Shop. Winnipeg Sports Talk gets fired up over in the WST YouTube channel in about 4 minutes' time. We've got two guys in the goalie with myself, Gager, and Cass coming up here at high noon in Edmonton on Edmonton Sports Talk. If you are listening on TuneIn or iHeart, stick around. Two guys in the goalie, 3.5 minutes away. If you're watching on YouTube, turn on autoplay. And best of luck tonight. Thank you very much for joining us today, and we will talk to you tomorrow in the Lock Shop. Enjoy that big golf, Huss.
Yeah, you got it.